You look as if you were positive about the Stability Pact and the future of not only Ireland but Europe as well.
Well, I think that we're going in the right direction in Ireland. We are introducing fiscal responsibility, which is very, very important. And certainly, if we continue on this path, I'm confident that we will have major recovery in maybe 4 to 5 years. And then it's all part of a whole new European approach as well, where there'll be certain golden rules as regards budget deficits and also as regards borrowing and national debt GDP ratio. So we're heading in that direction anyway, so this European Pact really is only a continuation of what we have put in place already.
Are you concerned about a brain drain from Ireland, or is there enough optimism that people are really sticking and putting their shoulders to the wheel?
Well, there is that concern because there are over 400,000 people unemployed in Ireland at the moment. At the same time, we have a lot of people employed as well, much more than what we had 20 years ago. But certainly, if qualified people like software engineers, computer programmers and people in the medical profession, if they don't have opportunities at home, then they will travel. But at least anyway they travel with that great advantage of being well educated, and the fact that the Irish education system is recognised the world over. All our universities are in the top 5% in the world, so we do have a major standard of education, and that's why there's something like 7,000 young American undergraduate students now and some postgraduates going to Ireland to study as well. So we have a very good education system. Certainly our education system obviously is to boost our economy, which it has done so in the past. But if the opportunities are not at home now, then people can travel and get experience and have the option of coming back again, which they do, and have an option of contributing towards Ireland in the future, which happens.
In terms of the diaspora, you're doing a lot. First of all, you've internationalized St. Patrick's Day in a more formal way. Could you talk about that?
Well, yeah, as Minister for the Arts and Heritage, I see St. Patrick's Day as a huge advantage for Ireland. We've really branded St. Patrick's Day as being an expression of Irishness in a very positive sense. And it's just more than drink as well, which is part of it, but only a very small part of it. Obviously, people have to enjoy themselves, and they enjoy themselves through the medium of drink as well, but it's bigger than that. It's a major expression of Irish culture, of Irish, I suppose, nationhood, and also it just appeals to people the world over. So we have a lot of attention that particular day, so we must capitalise more on that attention and focus that's on Ireland on that particular day, the 17th of March. So what we are doing as a government is declaring it an International Day of Irish Culture. Maybe you could even have it an International Week of Irish Culture, because usually there's a lead up to it in most American cities and around the world. But certainly there'll be more emphasis on probably making it more cohesive in a sense, in a global sense, where there would be maybe guidelines issued to various parades committees, what's best about Ireland that should be portrayed at those parades, but not to interfere with people's own kind of local traditions and celebrating St. Patrick's Day, but to, in ways, have some kind of a common theme running through the whole parades around the world. And as you're aware, there are St. Patrick's Day parades in Asia, parts of North and South America, Canada, and all over Europe. So it's Australia, of course, New Zealand. So it's getting bigger, actually. And it is really a global celebration of Irishness and of Ireland.
Focus on the arts, on sports, on however the local community wants to choose, or will there be more of a script?
Well, no, I think it's very important, even in where I come from in Kerry, North Kerry.
Right.
I, in the past, would travel around to several different parades, but you could be in an agricultural community and they would be celebrating their agricultural heritage, for example, with vintage machinery and so on. You could be in a literary town like Listowel and they'd celebrate their writers, and you could be then in Tralee and it would be far more multicultural, because a huge number of people, asylum seekers and others, New Irish as we call them, that came to Kerry in the 90s, they express themselves now through St. Patrick's Day, and they show that they're now part of the local community. So it depends on where you are in the world, that you celebrate different aspects of your own culture through St. Patrick's Day. So, but the common theme would be a common database, obviously, that would be available then for people who would like to come maybe and perform at St. Patrick's Day, entertainers, musicians, and sometimes the organising committees find it difficult to make contact with Irish entertainers. So this hopefully will help that process, and there'll be a direct link back to government as well, so that government representatives, be it ministers and ministers for state, that they would make themselves available then for the bigger parades, obviously, which happens anyway, but if it's more coordinated, they may be able to take in more parades. Right. And I think that's very important.
Finally, you said that you're going to have a strong tourism initiative. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, in 2013, we have decided that we would invite back people to Ireland with Irish connections, with any Irish connection at all, going back 5 or 6 generations, as President Obama has 8 generations. But we are trying to make that connection with Ireland, and so we hope to get about 350,000 extra tourists to Ireland in that period of time, in 2013. So already people are making arrangements to come to Ireland. Right. So it's going to be very exciting, and that will be very much, I suppose, geared towards culture, towards the arts, as well as promoting our very unique landscape in Ireland as well, our biodiversity. So it's going to be quite interesting.